Okay, Major League Baseball was facing a PR nightmare. Major League Baseball players heavily criticised their on-field 2024 season playing gear. Now, Nike, yes, that's the American pronunciation of this company, which is an American company anyway, has been the official player apparel partner with Major League Baseball since 2019. Before then, it was Majestic. However, Majestic was bought by Fanatics in 2017, so Fanatics has actually been manufacturing what we see um, on the mound, you know, in stadium. That's actually manufactured by Fanatics and has been since 2017. Just Nike pays for the privilege to have their logo on the front, subcontracts the manufacturer out to Fanatics, and then Fanatics makes a lot of the fan replica merchandise. So what you buy in store. Players this season in training camp have already said they're not happy with the quality of what they're going to be playing in and training in. They've been very, very critical. Now, I've got a fair few jerseys and sports shirts, should I say. Depending on where you are in the world, you might call it a shirt, you might call it a jersey. Going back to 94, 95 was the first replica jersey I got, which was my 94-95 Blackburn Rovers Premier League title winning jersey with the old McEwen's lager sponsorship on the front. That was manufactured, or had ASICS as the official manufacturer. I still have that jersey. It's in storage, but I still have it. It's kid size. Obviously, I can't wear it because I'm not a 5-year-old primary school kid anymore. I'm a 34-year-old grumpy, nearly middle-aged man, but I still have it, and it still looks like it came out the factory yesterday. It was so comfortable to wear as a kid. I wore it like to death. Hasn't fallen apart. The only problem with it is there's a little food stain just there. That's it. Only thing wrong with it. Yeah, I also have I think it's a 96, 97 Liverpool alternate yellow third kit, full kit. Simply because well, Americans will call it soccer. I call it football because obviously I'm from the UK, Association Football, European football. My dad was a Liverpool fan and I was a football mad kid, so it added to my collection, and I did enjoy wearing it. And obviously, in our family, Liverpool is one of the clubs that a lot of my relatives support. So they were trying to convert me, but I was always a Blackburn fan. But those are my two first kits that I ever had. I still have them. Yes, admittedly they're in storage, but I still have them. They look like they were manufactured yesterday. They really do. Every time we get them out of the storage just to make sure there's no damage, and we could potentially donate them to charity for, like, a kids charity or something, or put them up for sale, just anything, or even insurance purposes. They look like they were manufactured yesterday. So that's the first things I started collecting as a kid. I stopped collecting for a while, but then in the early 2000s, my late father bought me the Blackburn League Cup winning jersey from when we beat Tottenham. Now, Kappa was the manufacturer of note, but difference being with the sponsor, right? The McEwen's lager had that nice foamy feeling, big, bold sponsor. It looks like it came out of the factory yesterday. The Time PC sponsor, steam printed on, as was a lot of the striping, and a lot of bits and pieces was steam printed on. That started to fall apart very, very quickly. I got that jersey, I think, in 2001 or 2002. We're talking 2005, 2006. It was in a really, it didn't last very long. Now, I didn't wear it as much as my 94, 95 jersey as a kid, but I would wear it occasionally. Normally in summer, when I would go down the park with my friends and have a bit of a five-a-side football match. I then got my next Blackburn jersey in the 2006-2007 season for my 17th birthday. That is even in worse condition than the League Cup winning one. Yeah, it's really not in good condition. Even the fabric's falling apart. So I've noticed, this is over a 12-year period, right? Now, I've collected lots of hockey jerseys, NFL jerseys, rugby jerseys, hoodies, all sorts, baseball caps, other merchandise as well, but wearable merchandise, fan merchandise for a long time since then. So as I've become an adult, I decided, you know what, instead of being given gifts by friends and family, I'm going to start collecting for myself. Now, I used to regularly go to ice hockey at local ice hockey team, or hockey as the North Americans would call it, and they had a club shop where they would sell the club jerseys, and also people would trade in or donate NHL or AHL or ECHL or other jerseys. They would donate to the club to sell, so the profits from that would go into the ice hockey team through the fan membership. So that's how I picked up some of my hockey jerseys. Now, so I started getting into collecting. I noticed the NHL quality as well. So I have my Jaromir Jagr CCM. That's from the late 90s, early 2000s. Looks like it came out of the factory yesterday. The logo stitching is fantastic. The shoulder patch logo stitching is fantastic. The number, the name, it's beautiful. My Reebok Authentic, which is the second tier, which is not the Fanatics replica, it's the one above, but it's not quite the full blown proper match day one. So that second tier is pretty good. The shoulder patches, my Winnipeg Jets shoulder patches, they're steam printed on with a little bit of stitching. And the logo is stitched on, but not as good as the full blown top tier authentic, full replica. It's held up pretty well, not as good as the Jaromir Jagr. The material does snag, and the neckline has had to be stitched twice, restitched, so it has had to be repaired. I look on the NHL website now, and I even with the images they have, you can tell the difference between the Adidas and the Fanatics. It even tells you what is pure Fanatics and what is Adidas full authentic. The price difference as well, very noticeable. There's a good difference there. Although as this is the last year Adidas will be, the apparel partner of the NHL this last season, there's going to be a big clearance sale in the summer. I'm waiting for that clearance sale. The problem is Fanatics has got a 10-year deal with the NHL. Fans they've had a long experience now with Fanatics, who make the hats, the t-shirts, sweatshirts like this, or hoodies like this. They've had long experience going back to the late Reebok days of Fanatics quality when it comes to fan merchandise and the lack of it. So when you now have players of a major league saying these match day jerseys and training jerseys are not very good, it does make you wonder what the NHL is going to look like in 6 months' time, and what Major League Baseball, Nike, depending on where you are in the world, and Fanatics are going to do about it. Because Fanatics has a reputation of low quality, high quantity output, but low quality of product. And even the cheaper Fanatic stuff is, in my opinion, massively overpriced for what you actually get. Doesn't last very long. It's of really poor quality. My two NFL jerseys they have the Nike swoosh and the Nike symbol, but they're made by Fanatics. My 49ers one seems to have fallen apart quicker than my Miami Dolphins, although I wear the Dolphins one more. They've steam printed everything on there. The striping, the name, number, they're all peeling off. The Dolphins seems to have held up better. Now, the material they actually use is good quality, but I fear for the NFL going forward as well. This has been a real bad PR nightmare for Major League Baseball. Now, I have limited Major League Baseball merchandise. I used to have a fair proportion of New York Yankees gear as a kid. New York Yankees definitely got their logo and their brand out there in the 90s and 2000s. I did have some Yankees baseball caps, t-shirts and shorts as a kid. They were quite popular at the time in the 90s and the early 2000s here in the UK. The quality then was pretty good. They held up pretty well. But that was 20 odd years ago. I dread to think what the quality of baseball fan gear is now. I really do. Not that I'm a massive baseball fan, but I do like some of the fan merchandise. Some of it is quite desirable, quite nice designs, very good casual wear. But if players are already commenting on the quality of what they are wearing, and that's when you are on the club shop or Major League Baseball website, that's the top tier. We're talking $300, $400, $500, pounds or euros in that ballpark for a match jersey replica, or what the players actually, the actual match day authentic. Just imagine the quality of the lower tier options available to fans. That is not good. So yeah, Major League Baseball players highly critical of the Nike and Fanatics manufactured playing gear. So we'll see if there is a response from Fanatics and Nike, or Nike, depending on where you are in the world, if there is actually a public response addressing the concerns of players, if they redesign the playing gear, and then we have to see what the fan response is when all the various tiers of merchandise level are up for sale for quality and what the response is. But from what NHL fans were responding like when Fanatics was announced as the sole apparel partner with the NHL for the 2024-2025 season and beyond for the next 10 years. Yeah, this could be a very, very long period of time for Major League Baseball. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to extricate themselves from. It could cost them a lot of money. This is coming at a time when inflation's quite high, wages are stagnating to a certain point, and the average fan has less in their pocket to spend on the product. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. But for me, for now, thank you very much for watching. I will have some more content for you very, very soon.